Hi, I'm Dr. Ben Lamb and I'm the course leader for all our English and creative writing degrees here at Teesside University, and I have a particular interest in crime fiction, detective fiction, anything a bit dark and gory really. I'm your man. So what's distinctive and unique about our English and creative writing courses here at Teesside University is that we have quite an emphasis on the contemporary period. So in your first year you'll look at things like Victorian literature, and then we'll work through the modernism era, and then by the time we get to third year you can really focus on what it is that's your writing speciality. So over the first year you get to learn the basics of creative writing, what are the key techniques, and then you get to really hone in on your skill over the 3 years, so you leave the university an expert in your field. And what will happen over your 3 years is you'll try lots of different things you might not be comfortable with at first. So you'll have a go at writing poetry, maybe some scripts, all the different types of genres there are out there, so that you can really get tested in your intellectual and creative abilities. Certain modules that prove really popular here at Teesside University, there's one called Representation and Cultural Identity. This is where you analyse media text, so something that you've seen on television or film in the last few weeks. Within that module you get the time to actually analyse and talk about and provide a presentation on what you found intriguing really. So the reason students really enjoy representation and cultural identity is because you're taking all these skills you've learned in first year, all these different terms and theories, and actually getting to apply them to stuff that you enjoy watching in your private life really. What's good about representation and cultural identity is that you can explain to people why English language, why English literature, and why creative writing is important to how we understand and perceive the world around us. One module I really like teaching is detective fiction. What we do in that module is we go all the way back to Sherlock Holmes, see what the basics of writing detective fiction are, what it tells us about the world, and then we go right the way through to the modern day. So we finish on Line of Duty, which I would say is the Sherlock Holmes equivalent really. It's the most popular crime series that people are engaging with, to see how the genre has changed over the years really. What is it we like about detective figures? What is it that intrigues us about why people decide to commit crime? What does it tell us about society and what our goals are, what scares us, what thrills us as well? That tends to be a very popular module. One module that's really popular with students that I happen to teach on is called Employability and Work-Related Learning. Here within the module you'll get a placement in any sector that you want, so it kind of depends on what you want to do with your degree really. For example, this year we've had students do work for a publishing company, we've had students do work for a marketing company, we've had students do teaching placements. They're really popular as well. So we've had some students going to a primary school, design a lesson plan. We've had that's based in English literature. We've had other students going to secondary schools, others have done sixth form stuff, but it doesn't just have to be teaching either. For the employability and work-related learning module, there's all sorts of different sectors you can work in. We've had somebody work in an art gallery, in a museum. Basically, if you think about it really, any type of employment that exists or any experience you might want, they really need people who are good with words, who are good at persuasion, who are good at really compelling potential customers with a story. So as a result of that particular module, we've had students go on to have really successful careers out of the experience they had. For example, one of our students now runs their own bakery, another student runs the Cornish Gallery in Northallerton, other students of ours have gone on to be researchers for locally based film, TV production companies. What I would say is an English literature and creative writing degree is your passport to the world, basically. There isn't a company out there that doesn't have an HR or PR department that really needs somebody to be able to spin a really good narrative. What I would say is it's not a traditional type of degree. It's not somebody just telling you what you should be thinking about Shakespeare. We're really interested in what you have to say and what your opinions are and what your views are. We can learn as much from you as you can from us. And one way of doing that is the Representation and Cultural Identity module. The way you're examined there and the way you get your marks isn't that you have to sit in an exam hall for a few hours, because I don't think that's the best way that you can produce work. What happens is we help you come up with a conference presentation over many weeks and you present it to the rest of your class and your tutors. Now, I know that sounds quite hair-raising and quite scary, and it is the one thing that the students worry about the most, but actually most students come away saying it was their favourite module because they've really developed their communication skills and their presentation skills. We have some cutting-edge facilities here if you study English and creative writing at Teesside University. Our library recently got a massive refurbishment. It's state-of-the-art. There's all sorts of different types of group working rooms there. We've also got millions of manuscripts that you can look through. We also have the North East Film Archive here as well, which has digitised all sorts of historical films, documentaries and television that are only available here on campus. It represents the whole northeast of the country, yet we have it here. So if you want to create your own documentaries or research projects, or even do your own poetry on what it's like to live in Teesside and the heritage and the culture we've had here over the years, then you're perfectly placed to do an English and creative writing degree here. Here at Teesside, we like to put our money where our mouth is, so to speak. So you are taught by people who are professional creative writers in the real world who can help you really hone your craft. We have award-winning poets working for us, we have screenwriters working for us, and we have novelists working for us. You're learning from people who have a wealth of experience in their industry, which means that you'll be really well placed to make a go of becoming whatever it is you want to do with your life, be it teacher, creative writer, novelist, script writer, marketing, journalism. You might not even know what it is you want to do yet. If you'd like to know what it's like to study English and creative writing here at Teesside University, then please pop along to one of our open days.